English conversation practice for the oral test of the Italian School Managers Competition. Part second. European education. The European dimension of education. The characteristics of the prevailing educational systems in the European countries are the results of a cultural development with their roots in the classic civilization, in Christianity, from its origins through the Middle Age, in the Renaissance, in the Enlightenment, Romanticism, Enlightenment, Romanticism, Liberalism, Socialism, and in the three great industrial revolutions. It is reasonable to think that the European Union, with its rich cultural background, is in a condition to maintain a high level of civilization. Italy's precious source of values lies within the Constitution that, through the past years, has shown its ethic, civil, and political relevance, representing as a whole and heritage of harmony and democratic guarantee. In particular, paragraph 2 of article number 3, which assigns to the Republic the task of making a person's rights effective by removing the obstacles found along their application, give the school community the duty to contribute to the realization of equality in the learning chance of the students by activating integration strategies and personalized teaching methods. In the 90s, two European political leaders, Edith Cresson and Jacques Delors, have played a leading role in orienting Europe towards a more modern sensitivity as regards education and teaching training. In detail, in his 1995 report, the former Minister for Education Politics, Edith Cresson, contributed to spread the concept of cognitive technological society and productive social investment in human capital. The concept of cognitive technological society refers to the condition for which the comprehension and management of the complex phenomena of our present times solicit in all citizens the need and mastery of an advanced culture. On the contrary, the expression social productive investment in human capital underlines the close connection between the development of the socio-economic system and the level of the cultural training. Education is fundamental, not only for the development of a person, but also for the entire productivity. It's senseless to separate intellectual from manual work, since there is no manual activity not requiring advanced professional levels. Part second of the Amsterdam Treaty in 1999, which deals with education, gives specific indication of the subject of school and education. European Union intervention in support of education and training. Among the European Union rules on cultural and educational politics, which have started to orient the various nation systems towards a European education dimension, we find one that recognized to all European Union citizens the right to study in any other member state of the European Union at the same conditions enjoined in the state of origin. The specific European Union initiative on education tends to the following goals. Article 149 of T C E okay, TCE. Develop the European dimension of education, particularly the learning of the European Union languages. Favor the mobility of students and teachers through the validation of diplomas and other degrees. Promote cooperation among schools. Develop communication regarding educational systems. Optimize mobility in the social educational section and encourage the diffusion of e-learning. However, it is widely recognized that the multi-annual programming started at the beginning of the new millennium has proved to be rather disappointing. Within the Lisbon Strategy for European Union Development and Occupational Growth in March of 2000, the Council had determined the education priorities to be met by 2010, 2020, etc. This goal, though, has been only partially reached. I'm sob. In 2009, the Lisbon Strategy was revised and new objectives were determined to meet the 2020 European Strategy on Education and Training. 1. Increase the social investment, quota pro capita. 2. Upgrading of the basic knowledge, beginning with the reading ability of the 15 years old in their mother tongue. 3. Containment of school dispersion within 10% of the school population. 4. 85% quota of students below 22 years who obtain the high secondary education diploma or a working qualification. 5. A 40% quota of students with a third level diploma. 6. Increase plus 12% of the school population involved in lifelong learning activities. 7. And last, support to innovation, creativity, entrepreneurship. European Union opportunities offered to school systems. The European Union's support to educational politics needs to be placed within a much wider program through which the European Union is trying to achieve the principle of socio-economic cohesion as established in the Maastricht Treaty within a community support plane aiming to achieving solidarity among rich and poor European Union regions. These are social and labor politics with a direct influence on education and work training. In following the European Union rules on political cohesion from 2007 and 2013, each state elaborates a strategic national framework. As for Italy, the most recent of these documents allocates 750 millions to the southern regions for the preparation of plans aiming to contrast school dispersion, increase students' knowledge in order to meet the 2013 deadline. In support of education and training in national politics, the European Union has given its contribution recurring both to the European Social Fund and the European Fund for Regional Development. The former to primarily finance guidance, school and training dispersion control, support on the territory for the development of the integrated training system and support of permanent education, while the latter has mainly financed all technological school equipment. The General Director for Foreign Affairs within the Programming Department of the MIUR is the official referent at the European Council level and as such deals with and cooperates in all projects. For what regards the certification of competence and knowledge acquired by the students at the end of compulsory education period, a European title and qualification framework exists. The main programs financed by the European Union in the education training field between 1995 and 2006 are now grouped in the Lifelong Learning Program from 2007-2013, LLP, and are articulated in several sections which maintain the previous denomination: Socrates, Comenius, Erasmus, Leonardo, Grundtvig, Gioventù in Azione, apart from the Jean Monnet program for the European teaching and research integration. But recently, all the programs are renominated Erasmus Plus. School systems in the European countries. Some of the common trends in the school systems are hereby listed in summary. 1. The empowerment of the preschool service. In over half of the European countries can be found educational institutes at preschool level to which are admitted children from the age of 3 and 4 years. In some countries, a precocious access to the preschool service is possible too. The expansion of compulsory education. In the majority of the European countries, the compulsory school period ranges from 9 to 10 years. The compulsory education in Europe is mostly articulated into two levels, a primary and a lower secondary one, while a single cycle can be found in some Northern Europe countries, Denmark, Estonia, Latvia, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, and in two Southern Europe countries, Portugal and Turkey. In France, the compulsory education goes from 6 to 16 years. In the United Kingdom, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland, up to 11 years. In Spain, to 16 years. In Germany, a student enters the 4-year primary school when he is 60. When he is 6, and at the age of 10 will make his choice. Finally, Denmark, Norway, and Ireland, like Sweden, all students follows one single path that goes through the primary and secondary cycle from 7 to 16 years. 3. The organization of the secondary post-compulsory education paths. In most European countries, the higher secondary education presents two paths. The most popular among the students is that which gives access to university, while the professional institutes confer only work qualification titles at different levels and at times consent access to the tertiary service education. In France, the post-compulsory education can be obtained in the prestigious lycée académique or the lycée professionnel. In England, at the end of compulsory school, the student can access either the secondary school or the further education institutes. In Spain, at the age of 16, a student chooses between two alternatives, the bachillerato or the formation professional, the grado medio. In Germany, the higher secondary system is a dual system, where the Gymnasiale Oberstufe channel qualify equally well as the professional one. Finally, in the Scandinavian countries, the Gymnasiescola starts at 16, and it provides 16 specialization. 4. The territorial decentralization of the school systems and the school autonomy. In almost all European countries, the central administration reserves itself only the functions of general policy, control, and coordination. The level of autonomy exercised by the schools fluctuates a lot. Minor is the level of autonomy for the management and the financial resource, while more ample is the curricular and teaching autonomy. 5. And the last, the evaluation system. Generally, The national institutions for evaluation of the training system have the task to monitor the quality of the education and training offer in order to support critical situation. However, in some countries, they also oversee the professional advancement of the teachers.